I have two gentlemen in the studio. We're going to be having a conversation about EPL Ghana. Harrison Usubuache is the Partnerships and Sustainability Manager. And then Berima Kwisia Mankwa Boafo Ameji. What a name. Okay, I don't hear this. You are the second person I've met called Ameji in my life. One was my friend from class one. Ameji Busumuru Bansin. He had a very powerful name. I remember very well. And you are only the second one I have come across with that name. We're going to be talking about EPL Ghana very shortly. And I have some very interesting conversations about that. Okay, so let's quickly go into the conversations right away. So Harrison, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great, and Berima, good to see you as well. Okay, so
Likewise.
let's start with the conversation right away. So, okay, let me start with you, Ameji, on this one. When we talk of EPL Ghana and what, like, who are you? What exactly do you do?
Right, thank you. Emerging Public Leaders of Ghana, EPL Ghana for short, is an international NGO. We have our headquarters in Washington, D.C., but then the local body is EPL Ghana. We're basically into institutional strengthening, and we do this through our public service fellowship. We believe that the government, for every country to survive, it needs the government and systems need to work. And so that's where we come in. Through our work, we support institutions within the public sector so that we can strengthen the activities. And then it trickles up and then making Ghana great.
So, Harrison, if you don't mind, let me come to you. I do know that this is pretty much tied in with public service in one way or the other. So, I mean, what is public service about this fellowship?
So, as my colleague rightly said, we are into system strengthening to make sure that the public service delivery is top notch. As you know, over the years, there have been misconceptions and myth about people working in the public service being lazy. There's perception that they are corrupt and all that there is. But as you know, if you've worked with the public service and you engage with them, you know that they do a lot of work. In fact, amazing work that the public needs to know of, and we want to bring this new crop of or new cadre of young people into the service to sort of bring that competency, innovation, and try to inject that new energy and also make it attractive for young people to go into that sector because it's the engine of every great nation.
So then, naturally, the next question will be: why choose EPL Ghana Public Service Fellowship? Why should anybody be thinking about it?
Great. So EPL Ghana Fellowship is quite unique in the way it's been designed. It's a 1-year fellowship that identified Ghana's brightest and smartest talents from all the 16 regions of Ghana, and we try to place them with public sector organizations across the country. And we do this. While we do this, we give them training. We give them training on modern workplace, training that will help them thrive in the modern workplace, as well as leadership, ethical leadership skills, also building their 21st century soft skills, among others. And the whole point is that this fellowship is also one that gives stipend to the fellows for a year. So we give them entry-level stipend as they work with the public service fellowship, with the hope that once they finish the 1 year, that their various institutions or organizations will be able to retain them based on their performance.
Yeah. So then, how different is that? Ameji, let me come to you. How different is this year's recruitment going to be like compared to previous ones that you may have done?
Great. So from 2018 through to 2023, we partnered with the Office of the Head of Civil Service, and we placed fellows in a 2-year fellowship back then in various ministries and government agencies. However, in 2023, last year, we expanded into the public sector, just like my colleague Harrison mentioned. Last year, we selected 25 fellows. This year, we're doing 35 fellows. So we're expanding our work so that the reach can be greater.
35. How do you select this 35?
We take them through a rigorous and meritocratic recruitment process. Currently, as we speak, applications have opened. They opened on March 11th, and they'll be closing on April 30th. After the process, there's a vetting process. There are about 2 or 3 stages, one-on-one interviews, group interviews, and they also go through a psychometric test to help us analyze and get to know, are they just up for this opportunity because they need jobs, or they indeed have a passion for the public service. So these are all rigorous processes we take them through, and at the end of the day, we are always certain that the top number of people we are looking for, and this year, which is 35, are the best that we've selected.
So that's why you have an eligibility criteria.
Exactly.
And I see there are about 8 of them. You've got to be able to make all of this, I guess.
Well, we're not asking for much, you know. You just need to be a Ghanaian national with no criminal history. You need to be done with your national service. It's one of the requirements we look out for. You should not be above 32.
Why? Because I
work.
wanted to apply. The moment I saw that, I knew
You
I
could
was
be a senior associate or fellow. Don't worry, we can.
okay.
But then, of course, we are looking to, after certain age gaps, sometimes there are certain requirements you may look out for, or the room for expansion. Others may not see that. So we work within the youth space. So any age up to 32 years, you are good to go. You need to demonstrate your commitment to the wider public sector. And these are essays you'll be writing, which you'd have to prove that through. Again, you need to tell us how involved you are when it comes to volunteering work, etc. You also need to have good or excellent written and verbal English skills. And then basic computer skills, among others. It's not too much.
Well, it may not be too much, but it may be too much for someone. So I see that tied in with that, you're asking for some documentation as well. I see that you want certificates, NSS certificates, CV, copy of Ghana card, and so on. What do you need all of this for?
For verification purposes, this opportunity is for Ghanaian graduates, just to emphasize. And so all these documents that we are requesting for mainly are also from Ghanaians, and that's why we're requesting for all of these.
Okay, Harry, I also see that you're encouraging people who are persons living with disability as well to apply. I mean, what's the motive behind that?
Great. So, as you asked the question, what is unique about the fellowship? I think the fellowship is uniquely positioned in the sense that it wants to attract persons with disability and people from hard to reach and vulnerable communities. And if you take typically somebody from, let's say, Sefiri or so, a young man who has completed university and wants to take advantage of this opportunity, they should be able to. We don't want to, as it were, focus in Accra and the usual suspects. Accra graduates get the opportunity. So now we are expanding to all 16 regions to give the opportunity to all graduates across the 16 regions to get the opportunity to apply.
So as many people from outside of Accra stand a chance, pretty much, so that it's not like it is restricted to only people in Accra.
Exactly.
I also see that there's an application process. I would just want you to run us through that yourself, so that it doesn't look like I'm telling people what they have to do. I see that it's just a 3 or 4 point step, and then you should be done. So visit eplghana.org, click the apply button at the bottom of the page, and fill out the online application form. Okay, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then, of course, you need to write some essays as well, which should not be more than 500 words.
Exactly.
Does it have to be a topic of your choice or just anything?
No, the essays have all been outlined online. So once they go onto our website and navigate their way through to our PSF apply link, they'll be able to see all the information they need, and then they'll be able to apply.
Okay, so any application tips?
Well, they need to research about EPL Ghana, who we are, what we do. It will help them know whether their career goals also aligns with EPL's career goals. I mean, before they put in their essays as well, they need to proofread. If possible, they should print it out, pass it around to the other colleagues, let them read their essays and ensure it's a good one because you need to make a good statement with us before we can select you as one of our top 35. And then yes, they also need to be an advocate for themselves. This is the time for them to also show us or show the world who they are and what the kind of impacts they've made, whether in their school, communities, etc. So this is a great opportunity for all applicants to be able to sell themselves so that once given the opportunity, they can also shine.
Like I said, it looks like a very simple thing, but it looks like you're asking for maybe one too many things for people who may make the grade, because you say you're selecting 35. If you have 20,000 applications, what do you do?
Well, these processes definitely see people off. So if someone takes, for example, the eligibility criteria and they realize, oh, I am not done with my national service, that alone
You're
sees
out.
you off. Exactly.
Okay.
So the whole process has been designed to see people off and attract the best. Harrison, is there anything you want to add?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we understand that not everybody can get in. It's very competitive. As I said before, we are committed to making sure that the public service become top notch and continue to deliver the kind of services and things that we are looking for them to deliver. So if you are not able to get in this year, there's opportunity for you to apply the subsequent year.
Exactly.
Keep trying, I guess.
Yes.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
You just never know whether you're going to be lucky or not. Berma, any final thing you want to share with us? We ran out of time. Anything else that we need to know?
We would encourage everyone to apply. Don't be frightened by what you see. No. Just give it a try. You never
Give
know.
it your best shot.
Give it your best shot. Exactly.
You never know.
You never know.
Okay. Harrison Osubuache is a Partnerships and Sustainability Manager with EPL Ghana, and Berma Kwesi Amankwa Boafo Ameji is a Program Associate Communities and Events of, and you're the Country Director as well.
No, please.
Okay.
The
I see.
EA to the country director.
Okay, all right. Executive Assistant to the Country Director.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. And let's look forward to the applications coming in their thousands. And let's see how you get the 35, I guess.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.